raised from age 2 to 11 in Columbus, Ohio, the Midwest. And then at 11 years old, we moved to New Mexico. But my mom still kept us close. Every summer, my mother would put my sister, Cookie, we call her Cookie. She would put us on a, my sister and I, my mother would put us on a plane from Columbus, Ohio, on a plane by ourselves, because this is when you could travel as a child by yourself, as long as you had a sister or brother that was at least 5 years old. I think you had to be a certain, let's see, I don't know. My sister is 4 years older, so probably you have to be at least 8. But we would go every summer to my grandmother's house, all the way to that small town in Mississippi, and meet with all of our cousins. So it used to be just the best fun ever. And my grandma, of course, was cooking all day long. So I miss those times. So Kai, I can definitely relate to the story as well as how the memories that you had as well, how you felt about your childhood. Now, her mother, Elizabeth, was always on the classy side, as well as quite stylish and attractive. And Elizabeth strived to stay current with clothing and makeup trends. Have you ever seen mothers like that? Let me give you Elizabeth's age at the time of the murder. She was in her mid to late 40s. So, do you know?
And she was still like trying to stay current. I
uh,
mean,
Well, kind of like me.
I
I'm
guess
older
I
than
know some
that.
people like that. I mean, yeah, I guess you're like that.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
you know me. I don't know. I've never stayed quote unquote current. I wear whatever the hell I want to wear, whether it's in style or out of style. Like I don't care if I don't like it, I wear it. So to me, that's a weird concept in the first place. Trying to stay current and everybody wearing the same thing. So I don't know.
Oh, I get your example. So I thought the way that I was looking at this description of staying current was because it did say with clothing, you're right, and makeup trims. But what I mean is, okay, how do I describe myself? So I have my own style. Although I've been a model my entire life, I could care less about designer purses and designer clothing. It doesn't, if I like it, I love it then. That's it. It doesn't have to be, if it's on sale, it's even better. But it doesn't have to be a certain designer, but I stay where things look, I won't say classic because I do like classic clothing. I guess you can say I'm a bit trendy, but at the same time, it's just, it's my look. It's not like I have to wear, the latest fall fashions for this year, the latest shoes, the latest looks, and all of that. But I do tend to have a more youthful appeal because I do, keep up with kind of like what's, kind of what's, I guess you can say what's popular. I don't want to make it sound like I'm too current or trendy because I'm really not totally like that. But I think here's what I'm gathering with her mother, though. Let's just kind of rewind this to her mother again. I believe that the way that they're describing Elizabeth was that she felt as if she was more youthful than your average mother in her late mid to late 40s because of her success and because she's always been on the classy side, but also she was always has been stylish and she considered herself attractive and she tried to wear, clothing that would also bring attention to her, maybe even more younger men, you know, makeup trends.
Mm,
Are you see where I'm going with this without saying too
yeah,
much?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, yeah. So things that were more common among the younger set. Women like that. Come on. You'll see them out of the club. A lot of the listeners. It's like, what is she
Yeah,
doing here? Mama, don't you have a bedtime? You really look out of place
yeah.
in this
I've
nightclub.
seen
Like,
people
put
like
some
that.
clothes on. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And so this continued even through midlife. So this is what Antoinette is used to. This is her environment. But by the time her mother's murder, she still kept the same lifestyle and interest in how she took care of herself and even who she attracts in her life. So this did continue. So when when she approached her mid to late 40s, is when she got the attention. Now you guys hold onto your hats because on this show we have to hold onto our hats very tight quite often because there's always something crazy that pops up in these stories, Kai, right? I'm sure you would agree. It's like, whoa, I didn't see that one coming left field. And so,
Yeah, I'm waiting for the curveball.
well, it's coming. It's coming. So be ready to catch it. So, so what happened was she got the attention of her daughter's husband, Leroy Terrell. Okay. Now, Elizabeth had been seeing her daughter's husband in secret for some time. Get this, and this was again in the
Okay,
discovery.
so this is already painting the picture. She thinks her and her daughter are close, but then she's sleeping with her daughter. Okay, continue.
Yes, well, according to my stepfather and what I gather from all of my information, is that she was competitive with her daughter, but also jealous. Well, you know what? Wait a minute. It could be where the daughter was jealous. That it wasn't clear. That wasn't clarified to me. But the fact of jealousy was expressed to me. So I don't know on whose end, because there's plenty of mamas who look much better than the daughters. That's just how it goes, these days. So I mean, hey,
I mean, yeah,
so,
I've seen that. I've seen that plenty of times, but
yeah. I mean, or
if you're married to the daughter, come on, be a classy dude. Come on.
thank you,
Just because her
thank
mom
you.
looks good as crap doesn't mean,
Exactly. I totally agree
yeah.
with you. I totally agree with you. Because my thing is, it doesn't matter. This is have respect. There's a chain of command, and there's something called integrity. And you gotta have one or the other. You have to understand this. There's laws and rules here in this rule book, And so, but yeah, the mother Elizabeth had been seeing her daughter's husband in secret for some time, exchanging money for sex. I was gonna say sex for money. Exchanging money for sex.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yep, yep.
sex for money, huh?
Yeah, but see, I'm
I'm trying to roll
reversing it.
things
How
out
do
in
you
my
exchange
head.
money for sex? No, no. Think of it like this: wouldn't a prostitute exchange money first and then have sex after? So it is money for sex. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
no, I mean, I wasn't going against what you said, but I was trying to process. I don't know. Okay, I guess I'm confused. Go ahead, continue.
Okay, well, no, no, believe me, I'm still trying to process this too. Because, see, imagine I'm getting information from my stepdad, but I still have to go and cross reference these things. When I saw this, even in the lawyer's dockets and all that, it was written right there. So I knew that wasn't a rumor. And then it blew my mind because I'm trying to figure out, so is this where your angle was? Was this the motive, Antoinette, or was there something deeper? you know? And so Antoinette knew that her mother was having the affair, but she wasn't aware of the sex for money arrangement until much later. Okay. So, oh my God, this is crazy. Now, the Myrtle debacle started on the summer of 2000 when Antoinette's husband, Leroy, was shot and killed in their home by her brother. Boom, I told you the plot was going to thicken. Well,
Okay. Wait. Who was shot and killed?
okay, let's check this out. Her husband was shot and killed the summer of 2000, which is just prior to this, by her brother, in his home by her brother. Why did her brother take it upon
So,
himself to kill her husband?
so my thing is, how many people are dying in this episode?
Right, right. This is okay. We've got it. Is there a triangle or a quadruple? I don't know. What is it called? You've got four people involved. You've got the brother involved, who I don't know if it's any of his business. Okay, I don't know if he was. See, here's the thing. I couldn't find out the answer to this. Was the brother's motive that he didn't appreciate how his brother-in-law was messing around with his sister's husband? Was that maybe that's one motive?
Okay,
You
so
know,
this is what I was gonna say. Whose brother
and
was it? Her brother?
yeah, yeah, Antoinette's brother. Yep, yep.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's the mom's son then who shot his
yes,
sister's husband.
exactly, exactly. That's exactly right.
Well, I
So
mean, what do you mean? What's the motive? You're messing with my sister's life, messing with my mom's mind. Not saying it's this guy's fault, really, but this is how the brother's thinking of it, and he's thinking that he needs to protect his mom and his sister. I mean, he could have gone about it a different way than shooting this guy.
yeah,
Like, just get out of my family's life. If you don't, I'm gonna beat you up or something. But you didn't have to shoot him. But
I totally
that was
agree.
basically his motive. Is just he has to protect the women in his life.
Well, you know what? I'm definitely going to go with that angle, Kai, because what happened was that she and her brother still had a good relationship, and this I'm going to tell you why. Because if I go to prison for life or for a really long time, the only people that are going to come to visit me in my cell are those that care something about me. Would you agree? Like I still have a good relationship with you. Otherwise, you're not going to come and visit me in jail, in prison.
I mean, of
So
course.
yeah. So the way the story goes is when Antoinette visited her brother in jail, you see, she learned that her mother had an affair with her deceased husband. Now, this doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, well, yeah, the mother wasn't killed yet. I'm sorry, she's still living. That makes sense. Okay, so the mother was still alive at this point. So the brother spilled the beans. He told he just sang like a bird, basically. You know, ah, ah,
He's a tattletale. What a
tattletale.
punk.
Yeah, he's a
What a
tattletale.
punk.
Hey, guess what I found out, Antoinette? But see, my thing is, you also could be messing things up worse by being a big mouth. Because what if their relationship dissipated, the relationship with her mother and her husband? What if they had just stopped their affair and they learned their lesson and they just didn't want to, they went their separate ways? Yes, it's a dirty little secret in the family, but sometimes these things happen and you just don't ever do it again. Now the brother, he's stirring things up by, by telling her this. So now you're telling me that my mother betrayed me with my husband, you know?
Now I wonder if this is the little brother, because that's just what they do to little snots, always tattletaling and stuff.
Yeah, you
Good
little
Lord.
tattletale Jeffrey. Oh, no. You're in the house, Jeffrey. I'm going to tell mommy on you. Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna tell you're having an affair. Good Lord.
Mommy. I know. I mean, it's crazy how siblings are. But yeah, so she learned that her mother had an affair with her deceased husband. She later learned from her sister in law that her mother was involved in the murder, and the motive was her husband's failure to pay her mother for sex. Remember that angle?
Oh my God. I think I would personally die myself if, number one, okay, I would be highly upset if I knew, well, I would be not even upset because I'm trying to picture it now. I would be grossed out. Like, ew, my
Yeah,
mom's
yeah.
old.
Gotta get past the
Then,
cool factor. That's so gross.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, ew, like, ugh. And then once I processed that and
Hmm.
took out the fact that it was my mom and she's old, and you just slept with my mom. Oh, anyways, then I'd be like, dude, you just slept with my mom, and what is wrong with you?
Right, right. Keep
And
going.
then to find out that my mom was having sex with you for money,
Yeah, that's the butcher
I'm
knife in the
I'm
back there.
literally
Yeah.
just laying down on the floor and I'll just die right there. Then I'll just die right
Yeah,
there. I don't want to know
that's
anymore.
the butcher knife in the back for sure. You already hurt me.
Oh
Just
my
kill me
God.
already. Like, but now you're gonna tell me it was for money. Oh, I
It was for,
can't.
for my
I
mom. So
can't.
not only is my mom just, I'm not saying my mom, because my mom ain't this crazy, but
Right.
I'm saying this, just not only is my mom not trustworthy, she's not faithful to me, and then on top of that, she's a whore. Or as what did Logic used to say, hooah.
Hooah.
Yeah.
Hooah.
On top of that, she's a whore. Good Lord, for money, ma, you couldn't, like, I don't know, just ask me for $50. I'd have given you $50 if you're really like down and out like that. Good Lord.
Yeah, but let us be reminded, people, and that's for all of our listeners, that the mother was not starving. She wasn't missing any meals. Her bills were paid. She was a
So what is she, just
commercial
a,
real
a
estate.
fantasy of being like a prostitute or something? Like,
Well, to me, it sounds like it's very petty. Why do you need my little $50? Or maybe if it was real good, 200. But you just made what? You just sold a $200,000 property. So what's the problem? Go get your commission. You see what I'm saying? I mean, she was really good at this job. My stepdad said that she would sell him leads for his sales position as a realtor and some other things that they were doing sales wise. And so I'm like, you don't need to get paid for sex. Just have free sex and just have a side piece, but it doesn't have to be my husband ever,
right?
ever. Oh
Oh
my
my God.
God. Whew. So yeah. So Antoinette called. Oh, I just can't believe this. So, okay, so this is basically at that point, Antoinette resolved to kill her mother. Antoinette called and hired a friend. You know what's so funny about this discovery? They won't say the friend's name. They kept calling the friend petitioner, petitioner, petitioner. But why can't you just say his name? They did there was an accomplice that's coming up and they said his name because he's a cousin. See, she's just messy. Antoinette's just messy. She just likes to involve anyone. Come anybody, everybody and anybody, come all. If you want to be part of my murder plot, yeah, just come on. Hey, just knock on my neighbor's door. Hey, are you busy right now? I want to borrow a cup of sugar, 2 eggs. And do you want to be a part of my murder scheme to kill my mother? I feel like she's messy. You don't bring all these people into your business, right? So what happened?
I
you
mean,
know,
if you're plotting a murder, it's kind of supposed to be quiet, secretive,
Thank you.
not knocking at the cop's door. Hey, you know what I